Hi, my name is Grace and welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I'd bring you along on a crochet crafty morning. I made a list. I have a couple things that I'd like to get done and a couple things that I need to start on. And the first thing on my list that I'd like to get done today is I need to finish this crochet hexagon cardigan. I have the first half already made. I am now working on the second part, and all I have left for the second half of it is I just have one or two more rows, and then I'm going to seam it up for the shoulders and then finish the sleeve, and then I have to seam it all together. And so I thought I'd bring you along on that. And then also I crocheted this freehand vest pattern and I need to block it. So I'm no expert in blocking, but I will go ahead and kind of walk you through what I do for when I block my projects. And then the last thing that I need to get done today is I have Ren Fair next weekend, and I got this yarn because I want to make some kind of top for Ren Fair. I kind of have an idea. I really like this pattern. I think it's really cute and I think it'd be fun. I was kind of thinking I can add maybe some little flower details on there. I only got these two balls of yarn, and I got like a darker green just because I might want to do like an edging or a border in the dark green. And now that I'm looking at it, I don't think this will be enough. But Ren Fair is currently this Saturday and I haven't made anything for my Ren Fair outfit. So on today's agenda, I want to kind of get a plan for what I would want to make. So I want to make a top. I want to crochet a hat. At first I was thinking doing a crochet mushroom hat, but I'm also thinking I've seen some really cute like flower petal hats. Or one of my friends recommended I make like a crochet flower crown, and I think that'd be really cute. I have like metal kind of like elf ears that go over your ear, and I think that'd be really cute with the flower crown. And then I want to make a mushroom kind of like drawstring purse bag kind of situation. I have a lot of Red Heart Super Saver yarn that's left over, and I think that'd be perfect for making like a little mushroom bag. And then I was gonna end up making a crochet skirt for Ren Fair, just time got away from me, and I don't think I'd be able to do all of these projects in the week that I have, because again, Ren Fair's on Saturday and I haven't started on a single thing. So if you have any other Ren Fair ideas or great patterns that you maybe have used before, please comment them down below. So let's go ahead and get started. So I finished all the rounds that I need, and now I'm seaming up the shoulder part, and I'm going to be adding some length on the sleeve. So I already went ahead and kind of started seaming it here, and you're going to kind of work your way down seaming the shoulder together, and then once you get to here, you're just going to work some increases until you get it to the length that you want, and then you can add ribbing or not. I did add ribbing on my other piece. So yeah, I'm really excited. I love the colors on this. The only concern I have is I am running out of yarn. So this is about all I have left for this ball of yarn that I have. And I do have another ball of yarn, but I had to kind of dip into it for the other one for doing like the sleeve. And I still have to like seam it up the middle. And then I believe if you wanted, you can add some length at the bottom, which I think this is gonna be short on me. So I would like to add some length. I'm just not sure if I'm gonna have enough yarn. So I think I'm gonna be playing a game of yarn chicken. So now I'm gonna just work on seaming this up and working on the sleeves, and we'll come back later when that's done. I have about this much yarn left for seaming up the shoulder, so I was really hoping I'd have enough to not need to add the other ball yet. I was hoping I can make it to the sleeves. So I got pretty close, but I'm gonna have to go ahead and just add on the other ball of yarn, and then I'm gonna finish up. There's just like a little bit here of seaming the top of the shoulder, and then I'm gonna start working it in the round again this way. And I can't even remember what color I left off in the other ball of yarn, so it might not be in the color pattern, which I mean isn't really a big deal, but I'm just really worried that I'm gonna have enough yarn for this project, and I don't want to go buy another one. I know I can maybe just order one, but you always have the chance of maybe not having the right dye lot, so the colors could look a little bit off. And I am trying to have some self-control and not buy any more yarn, so I'm really just trying to be intentional and use what I already have from my stash. So I guess worst case scenario, if I really need, I could maybe add like a white or something to add some like edging or seam it up, but I'm gonna just see what I can get done with the yarn that I have left. And I think I maybe have like maybe like a little over half of a ball or skein of yarn left, so we'll go ahead and see how this works. All right, I went ahead and added another cake. I never know what to say. Is this a cake, a ball, a skein of yarn? I added on this thing of yarn, and I have a lot less than I thought. So this is all I have left for the whole project. And I just have a couple more clusters that I need to work up for the shoulder seam, but then I need to still work the whole arm portion, which I don't think I did too many rows, and then the ribbing, which I do end up using a smaller hook for the ribbing. So please send some positive thoughts my way, because I'm maybe a little delusional, and I just have some really high hopes that I can actually finish this project and not have to buy new yarn. And I'm so bad. Sometimes I will, when I'm traveling or bring the yarn with me, I'll just shove my hooks like in the bar of yarn, just to like, so I have it there and won't lose it and know, oh, I use this for, you know, this project. So that was the hook that I used for the ribbing. So let's go ahead and see what we can get done. the vest that I freehanded. I just used the rope stitch, and I wasn't sure how to exactly, I guess, decrease with the stitches, so I kind of just left a little opening, or I skipped a stitch. That's why we kind of see the openings there, but I mean, I honestly don't mind it. I mean, I've seen a lot of these like tie front vests going around on like Pinterest and things, and I thought I'd give it a try making a vest. This is kind of like my prototype 2, so this is the second one that I've made, and I did a little bit more shaping in the front and on the back, and it fits pretty well. The only thing is, it is a little tight around the armpit area. I think maybe I could start decreases a little bit lower. And then, like I kind of mentioned these, it looks a little holy right there, but honestly, it's not too bad. I just think I need to kind of start some of the decreases maybe a little bit sooner, and maybe instead of doing 3, doing 2. But I decided to take a break from my Hexagon cardigan, and we're going to go ahead and block this right here to see if that'll help with some of the tightness in the underarm. So I'm all done blocking my vest here. I have little pins just to kind of help shape it a little bit and kind of loosen up some of the stitches. I just use some of the sewing pins. I don't actually have the other ones that are in like the longer pieces. I just kind of pin it. I didn't pin it everywhere. I just kind of pin it on the sides here a little bit, and then some parts up the middle, and then on the shoulder. So now I gotta wait for it to dry. My last one that I did, I think it took me about 2 days, I think, for my kind of smaller vest to dry, so I'm expecting this will kind of dry in the same amount of time. All right, I finally finished the other half of this cardigan. I really love the colors. The colors on the sleeves will be a little bit different. So this one, I attached it with some of the lighter purple, and then the sleeve ends with this kind of like peach orange color, and then on the other sleeve I had this like darker pink, and it goes into a lighter pink and the light purple, but most of the other colors kind of match up. So I mean, it's not that big of a deal. I'm sure it'll look fine when it's all sewn together, but this took me a lot longer than I thought it would. I feel like I'm just so bad at kind of estimating how long it'll take me to do something. Like, I honestly thought I'd have this done, like the sleeve and everything, in an hour. It probably took me like 2 or 3 hours just to finish up like those last 2 rounds working the body, and then getting the sleeve length added on, and the ribbing probably took me 2 to 3 hours. And I was just thinking, oh, I'll get this done by like noon, like no big deal. And it's almost like 3 o'clock now. So it took me a lot longer than I originally thought to finish this. But now I have to go back and watch her video, because I can't remember how we sew it together. I'm not sure if we just like attach it at the bottom and then maybe do like slip stitch up there. That's probably what I'll do. I really don't like, maybe this is an unpopular opinion, I really do not like sewing together panels. I either usually just do a slip stitch or a single crochet to put my pieces together. Like if there's pieces that need to be put together, like front panels, back panels, sleeves, I usually just end up doing like a slip stitch or a single crochet. I really do not like sewing my pieces together. So if the video doesn't have that in there, I'll probably just end up doing a slip stitch up the middle, but we'll go ahead and see. I do not have that much yarn left though. This is all I have left, so that'll be more than enough to seam it up. I'm just a little worried. I don't think the length, I have a little bit of a longer torso, so I really don't think this is going to be very long on me. Like, I think this maybe, yeah, this might come to like below my ribs, which I really wish I could do it a little bit longer. So I may have to break my yarn band for this project, but we'll see. We'll work it up, get it all seamed together, and I'll bring you back when it's all done. All right, I finished my cardigan. It's kind of laughable that I thought I'd get this done yesterday. I worked on this probably up until 6 o'clock, and then I had to just put it down and give it a break. And so I ended up finishing it this morning. I just really had to finish up the little single crochet ribbing all around it. And this is what it looks like. The sleeves are a little short and it came out a little bit more cropped than I would like. I think if I had one more cake of that Karen cake yarn, I think it would have been perfect, but that's okay. I'm gonna block it and I think that'll help with some of the shortness here on the sleeves. I have to wait for my vest to dry. It's probably got about like today and it should be dry. And then I will go ahead and block this. I'll need more than 4 of my blocking mats. That's why I'm gonna wait for my vest to be done. But like, I really love the colors. I wasn't even sure like what shirt color I could wear with this, but I think this light pink looks really cute. Like I said, it's just a little cropped, but I just love the colors on it. All right, now that I've been showing off my cardigan, I'm sitting at my desk here and I ended up using the Karen cotton painterly cakes. I used about 3 of these and this is about how much I had left. I guess I could have maybe done another single crochet for the edging, or maybe I could have possibly done another row to kind of extend the length, but overall I'm happy with how it turned out. Just need to block it and I hope that'll fix some of the issues with the sleeves and things like that. And it feels a little stiff, but I really love the colors on here for this. And now I'm gonna do a little bit of yarn talk. So this was my main focus for yesterday. I really wanted to get this done. It's just been sitting around and I just really needed to get it done. So maybe it took a little bit longer than I thought, but at least it's done. And the last part of the video, I thought we could spend doing some yarn talk, okay? I'll just get this out of the way first because it doesn't relate to my next video that I wanna do, but this is Surella's hand-dyed yarn in the Summer Tonals Roma. I absolutely love this. It's like a reddish orange. I got 5 hanks of it. It is in a classic DK, so it's 100% superwash merino wool, and it's about 231 yards in each hank. And I have absolutely no clue what I want to do with it. I originally thought maybe I will knit like a t-shirt or something, but I am not the best knitter. So I prefer to crochet. I think crochet works up a lot faster than knitting. Love how knitting looks. I'd really want to be a knitter, but it's just not happening for me right now. So I need some thoughts on what I can make with this yarn. Again, I have 5 hanks of it, and just since it's hand dyed and it's a little expensive, I really want to have a plan for the project that I want to do and just really love it. So if you have any ideas, please comment them down below. All right, now that we got the Surella yarn out of the way, we need to talk about Ren Fair. So Ren Fair is this Saturday, and I have not crocheted anything for my Ren Fair outfit. I went a couple years ago and I didn't make anything for it, but this year I really wanted to kind of go all out and crochet my outfit for it. Obviously, with it being on Saturday, I kind of have to change some of my ideas up a little bit. I was like originally saying I'm gonna crochet a skirt, I'm gonna crochet a matching top, I'm gonna crochet fairy wings, like all this stuff. And that's just realistically not gonna happen. So I think what I wanna do is I wanna do some kind of like crop top, and maybe I'm gonna just order or make like a white or maybe a light green skirt. And then I want to do either a mushroom hat, a fairy crown, or like a flower petal hat. I'll have to look at the weather, but I think it's kind of supposed to cool down over here. It's been like in the 80s, 90s, and like even just wearing this right now, it's gonna be 90 today. Like I'm already starting to sweat a little bit. So just thinking of keeping cool and things like that. So I would maybe kind of want to lean towards like a flower crown. Just, I feel like a mushroom hat or like the petal hat that I'm thinking of would just be too warm. And then for a top, there's a couple of tops that I've thought about and making, and one of them is I would like to either do like a little crop t-shirt, maybe kind of like an off the shoulder thing, and I can add details like leaves and flowers. Or there's this really cute crop top that I found patterned on Etsy. I'm leaning towards this one and maybe doing like the flower kind of details around the bust in like a darker green, and then the main body being a lighter green. I'm a little worried because I picked up 3 balls of yarn for my top. So I have 2 of this light green, and then this is the dark green that I was talking about. And I'm just worried because I don't think this will be enough. So whatever top I make, it needs to use this much yarn. Again, I'm trying not to buy yarn. I bought yarn for my Ren Fair, but I didn't have the colors that I wanted. So I need to make a top with these 3 balls here that I have, and I'm a little worried. I like the colors. I think it'll be cute with whatever I make, but I'm just worried that I'll have enough. So that's why we're thinking crop top. And for the mushroom bag, or I think that's what I wanted to do, a mushroom bag, I mean, I'm not worried because I have a bunch of red and white Red Heart Super Saver yarn left over. I think one year I got super crazy and was like, hey, I'm gonna make everybody stockings, or I'm gonna make like a tree skirt. It didn't happen. So I have a bunch of leftover red and white yarn just sitting around that I wanna put to use. So I think I'm gonna do a little mushroom bag. I've got the leftover colors if I wanna do a flower crown. So I'm not worried about that. I'm just thinking of patterns. So if you have any great patterns or things that you've used for Ren Fair, please let me know down in the comments. I would love to see what you've made for Ren Fairs. I know there's really cute, creative ideas out there. I'm just kind of like stumped. That's like my next thing is I want to make something, but I guess I'm not sure. And I just have a limited amount of yarn that I'm working with. So if you have any ideas, please help me out and let me know down below. But that's it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.